Knowles on the news. Susan Knowles.
So did everyone enjoy the GOP apology tour this week? You know the one I'm talking about, where Donald Trump was in a town hall meeting and a guy stood up in the audience and said something to the effect that Obama was a Muslim. And immediately in the media and the GOP, everybody went crazy. Oh my gosh, Donald Trump, he should have apologized. He should have defended the president's honor. We had, Jeb Bush coming out. Oh, Mr. Obama is no Muslim. He's an American and he's a Christian. And of course we had Chris-Christie defending Mr. Obama. Oh my gosh, he's an American, he's a Christian. After all, I've spent time with him on the boardwalk. We were walking arm in arm in our bromance. And of course he didn't say that, but that image is kind of seared in my head. So what's up with that? Well, I'll tell you what's up with that. You've got two people in the bottom of the presidential candidate race, and they're trying anything they can do to knock Trump off of the first place or second place, wherever he is now. And I like what Trump had to say. You know what? It's not my job, in effect. I'm not morally obligated to defend the president every time somebody says something bad or controversial about him. If he did that, he would be spending all of his time on the campaign trail just defending President Obama. You know what I'm talking about. And I really like what Ted Nugent had to say. He kind of put everything into perspective. He said, if you're saying that Obama is Christian, then I'm a gay vegetarian pirate. Ted, I love his sense of humor. And really, he just put all of this in the right place. And it's like, come on, people. Let's just move on from here. I don't want government, I don't care who they are, telling somebody in the audience what they should or shouldn't say, or having somebody else, tell that one in the audience, oh, you shouldn't say that, like McCain did when he was in a town hall meeting with Obama, and a woman stood up and said something to the effect that Obama was Arab, and he had to, oh my gosh, rush to the defense of Obama. He's no Arab, he's an American. Really, let people say what they want to say. It's not your job, being in the government, telling people anything or correcting them. You don't need to do that. What you need to do is tell us why you should be president. That's it. And then, of course, we had Dr. Carson, who had the gall to come out and say something against Muslims. He said, no Muslim should ever be president. And right on cue, what do we get? We get another bottom of the pack. I call them bottom of the pack leaders, right? That's the only time they really lead, is at the bottom of the pack. We have Lindsey Graham steps up with his southern accent, which, again, I'm from the South, I can say that. He says he should apologize, that's talking about Trump, he should apologize to every American Muslim. And furthermore, he's not even fit now to be president. And you are, Lindsey? And then last but not least, we have Martin O'Malley. Martin O'Malley had to throw his 2 cents worth into the whole thing and come up with something great, because all the other lines were taken. So he had to come up with his own invention of what he should say. And I don't know how long it took him or how much he had to pay someone to come up with a line, but he had to include something that was close to the race card. And instead of using the race card per se, he used the Lincoln card, which is about as close as you can get. He said, it's sad to see the party of Lincoln being led by candidates who choose bigotry against Muslim Americans over United We Stand. Well, I don't know about you, and I don't really care at this point whether Obama is Muslim, Christian, or something in between. I really don't. All I care about and all I know is that I look at the actions of this president, and they're really one-sided. I mean, we've had the kid that recently was invited to the White House because he brought something that was a clock, in quotes, to school, and now he's invited to the White House. And we have refugees coming over here, Muslim refugees that are coming into this country in droves. Secretary Kerry said we're going to have 85,000 join us this year, and then by 2017 they want another 100,000. Something is wrong. We also have the Muslim Brotherhood embedded in the White House. And of those refugees coming over, where are the Christian refugees? From last I understood, we're not even allowing the Christian refugees in. So don't sit here and tell me that these people like the man in the audience, people like the rest of us, don't have reason to suspect that something is going on and something that we should keep a watchful eye on and be aware of. So I don't need your condescending attitude, Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, Lindsey Graham, Martin O'Malley. The United States, the Americans, don't want to hear it. Why don't you get back to the business of trying to be a presidential candidate, of trying to tell us why you should stay in this race and why you are able to represent this country. Stop attacking other GOP candidates and just focus on what it is that you're supposed to do and what we need in this country. You know, you don't see the Democrats attacking each other. You don't even have Bernie Sanders and Hillary attacking each other. So why should we as a GOP stand shoulder to shoulder with Democrats against the GOP? Enough already. Get back to work. Until then, I'm Susan Knowles with Knowles on the News.